Every day, billions of dollars move through private equity deals, mergers, acquisitions, and buyouts made by the smartest players on the planet. Presidents, directors, investors, business leaders, the ones who carry decisions that change industries forever. But beneath the surface glimmer of money and success, there's a deeper, darker truth that nobody wants to openly admit. What if private equity, with all its power, isn't just about growth and profit? What if it's quietly becoming something else altogether? Something more oppressive, more controlling. Something that looks like freedom but is really just the new face of colonialism, dressed in a shiny suit, sold with a convincing smile. Think about it. How often have you felt trapped by the demands of endless growth, by the pressure to constantly extract value, squeeze out every drop of profit like a merciless machine? How many times have decisions made by a faraway fund turned what was once a thriving local business into a hollow shell, a factory of profit with no soul, no roots, no connection to the community? That discomfort, that gnawing feeling that something is off, is not just paranoia. It's the reality for many who live in the shadow of private equity's global expansion. Private equity operates like a powerful colonizer, moving into new territories disguised as investors and partners. They buy companies, often stripping them down, reorganizing, cutting costs ruthlessly, and in the process, they change the entire ecosystem. Local jobs vanish, local culture erodes, communities weaken. The promise they offer is always the same: growth, innovation, opportunity. But what too few see is the cost behind this promise. The cost is human. It's the loss of control, the loss of identity, the loss of power by those who built something meaningful from nothing. For leaders, investors, and professionals watching from the inside, this situation creates a bitter contradiction. On one hand, private equity can bring resources, efficiency, expertise, a chance to break through ceilings that seemed impossible before. On the other hand, you become part of a system that might end up consuming what you care about, turning real value into short-term profit and long-term instability. You feel the tension daily? How to play the game without losing your soul? How to leverage private equity's power without becoming complicit in this new colonialism? Here's the brutal truth. Most people in this game are stuck. They are prisoners of the system they've grown to depend on. They've swallowed the idea that growth at all costs is the only path forward. But that is a lie. Freedom is not about scale or control. It's about sovereignty. The real power isn't in owning more. It's in aligning purpose with strategy. True leadership means rejecting the illusion that profits alone can measure your impact or define your success. For those who feel this tension deeply, there is a way out. But it's not easy. It demands clarity, courage, and a willingness to burn down what no longer serves. It demands choosing to be different, to break patterns, to redefine what investing and building companies should look like. It starts by asking the hard questions that no one else dares ask. Whose interests are really being served here? Who gains and who loses with every deal? What kind of future are you helping to build? Is it one that enriches a few while leaving many behind? Or one that creates lasting value for all? The path forward lies in something radical, embracing a new kind of investment mindset, one that puts sovereignty first. That means building connections, not just transactions, with those you invest in. It means stepping out of the old shadow of control and domination and inviting deep collaboration where every voice matters, where every community can thrive. This is not some naive ideal. This is a strategic advantage, a form of resilience and innovation that no outdated colonial model can compete with. Imagine aligning your investments with purpose so powerful that it can't be measured only in numbers, but in real, tangible change. Imagine networks of founders, investors, and leaders who don't just chase profit, but craft ecosystems where everybody rises. This is not about charity or feel-good talk. It's about unleashing the radical potential sitting dormant in your portfolio, the misunderstood brilliance waiting to be set free when given the right freedom and support. One of the most valuable, but rarely talked about strategies is to stop thinking like a colonizer and start thinking like a cultivator. Cultivate talent, nourish local ecosystems, build infrastructure around real human needs, and resist the temptation to extract value without giving back. This isn't just good ethics. It's exceptional business. The future belongs to those who understand that true profitability is rooted in sustainable ecosystems, not in quick flips or hostile takeovers. Another hidden key to escaping the colonial trap of private equity is patience, something so rare today it feels almost rebellious. Long-term thinking, resisting the squeeze for immediate results, standing firm through volatility and complexity, and allowing value to grow organically. It sounds simple but goes against every frantic instinct drilled into us by the market's relentless pace. Yet, those who master patience find themselves unlocking opportunities others miss, building empires not just based on capital, but on trust and lasting impact. Most importantly, this movement, though quiet, is already happening. It happens in boardrooms where leaders refuse to be puppets to short-termism. It happens in investment circles where individuals build autonomous networks instead of isolated portfolios. It happens when professionals break free from the trap of false freedoms and embrace radical sovereignty, the unapologetic, fierce declaration that their will is their weapon and their purpose, their compass. This is the moment to join this new wave, to become something beyond titles and labels, to be part of a network that honors difference, amplifies essence, and offers real connection for the few rare individuals who refuse to settle. This is about building not just companies, but legacies where power serves those who create and sustain real value, not just those who exploit it. There's no escaping the system if you don't first transcend it. The system offers convenience and conformity disguised as freedom, but true freedom cuts deeper. It breaks you out of comfort zones and demands ruthless authenticity. If you feel that quiet fire inside, that unbearable tension of being done with the borrowed, the fake, the easy, then you are ready. Ready to claim sovereignty, question everything, and redefine what private equity, business, and leadership can truly mean. The question is not just about private equity and colonialism anymore. It's about the kind of future you want to help build. A future where power isn't stolen or imposed, but shared and earned. A future where rare brilliance finds rare support. Where leadership is not about control or domination, but about liberation and transformation. This is the choice facing every leader, every investor, every visionary today. Stay stuck in the illusion, or step into this new reality. Step into a movement of those who declare that they won't bend, that they will burn their own pasts to forge what's next. Those who will build not just companies, but autonomous networks of real power. Networks where the misaligned become aligned, where isolation turns into synergy, where the rare rise in unity. There is power in reclaiming what's been lost. The power of the liberated individual who refuses to be a pawn in history's next chapter of exploitation. This power is not given, it's awakened. It shines brightest when the few find each other, connect, and create. When the misunderstood become the catalysts for a profound shift in how capital moves, how companies grow, and how leadership thrives. Private equity may be the new colonialism in disguise, but that's only if the architects of this system choose to remain blind, slow, and compliant. For those who dare to see, who question, who transform, private equity can become the most powerful tool of liberation this world has ever known. The choice is yours. The stakes could not be higher. It's time to burn down the old illusions and show the world what true freedom through investment really looks like.